Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to uncover a topic that might save you thousands of dollars in 2025. The 3 cars you should absolutely avoid buying this year. The car market is shifting fast. New technologies, changing regulations, and rising prices mean the vehicles that used to be safe and safe bets may not be anymore. So grab a coffee, sit back, and get ready because I'm about to reveal 3 popular cars you might see everywhere, but trust me, you want to avoid them in 2025. Let's jump in. First, let's set the scene. 2025 isn't just another year to buy a car. Rising fuel prices, stricter emission rules, tariffs, and record high new and used car prices are changing the game. Some of the models that were once seen as good deals or reliable buys are now facing serious challenges that could cost you big time. So here's the deal. We're going to break down 3 of these models into 3 key problem areas: fuel economy, reliability, and resale value. First up, the gas guzzlers. In 2025, fuel economy is more important than ever. Fuel prices remain high, and the push for greener driving has never been stronger. You're hearing it all the time: EV this, plug-in that, PHEV, and so on. But let's be real, some of these big SUVs and trucks still get terrible mileage. They might look great in the showroom, but they'll kill your wallet at the pump. Car number 1, the Chevrolet Tahoe. It's an icon, and if you need to haul a big family, I get it, but at just 16 miles per gallon in the city, it's one of the worst in its class for fuel economy. Combine that with a starting price around 60 grand, and you're looking at $4,000 to $5,000 a year just to keep it on the road if you drive like the average American. If you're not towing regularly or carting around a soccer team, you'll be much better off with a midsize SUV or a hybrid, better for the environment and your bank account. Next up, let's talk about reliability. Nothing drains your wallet or your patience faster than a car that's always in the shop. So car number 2, the 2025 Land Rover Discovery Sport. It's got the luxury looks, but this model has been plagued by infotainment glitches, mechanical issues, and high repair costs. And it's not just a one-year fluke. Consumer Reports and JD Power have consistently ranked it below average for reliability. So if you're considering the Discovery Sport, think twice. There are plenty of other premium SUVs that won't leave you stranded with expensive repairs. Finally, let's talk about resale value, a hidden factor that can cost you big when you're ready to trade in. And that brings us to car number 3, the Nissan Altima 2025. Now don't get me wrong, it's comfortable, it has a decent price, but the Altima has one of the fastest depreciation rates in the midsize sedan segment. 5 years down the line, you are losing 50% or more of its value, even with average mileage. So doing the math here, that means if you pay 30 grand, if you can find it for 30 grand, you might only get $14,000 to $15,000 back when you sell it. Not a great return. All right, Dave, as you sip your coffee, what should you do instead? Well, in 2025, think about the big picture. Fuel economy, hybrids and plug-in hybrids, they're everywhere. Many cost the same as traditional models. Surprise. Reliability, check Consumer Reports and real-world owner feedback before you buy. Resale value, look for brands that hold value like Toyota, Honda, Subaru, even some newer ones like Kia and Hyundai models. They got good warranties, don't they? You don't have to give up everything you want, just choose wisely so your car won't cost you a fortune in the long run. Sounds like common sense to me. So let's recap the 3 cars you should avoid buying in 2025. The Chevrolet Tahoe, great for towing, terrible at the pump. The Land Rover Discovery Sport, looks good, but might leave you stranded. The Nissan Altima, budget friendly, yes. A money pit in resale value though, tomorrow. Take these things in consideration. I know, it's a wild year for the car market, but if you keep these 3 red flags in mind, fuel economy, reliability, resale value, you'll be ahead of the game. All right, folks, that's it for today's deep dive. Let me know in the comments if you've owned any of these vehicles. Have you had a different experience like I described? Do you want to find a better deal on a reliable car? If so, head over to quotes.everymandriver.com. Totally free. It can save you thousands on your next new or used vehicle. Don't forget to subscribe for more car buying tips and in-depth reviews. Speaking of which, how about take a look at my 2025 Subaru WRX TS review? Here it is right now.
Yes, the STI is dead, but Subaru
gave us the next best thing behind me, the 2025 WRX TS. It's not just a badge, it is more than that. It is Brembo, it's Recaro, it's STI tuned suspension. Let's dive in. If you know anything about performance sedans, you know the Subaru WRX doesn't play by the rules. It's the last of a dying breed. Turbocharged, manual, all-wheel drive, and unapologetically raw. And for 2025, Subaru doubles down with a new trim that hardcore fans have been waiting for and asking for, the WRX TS. Short for Tuned by STI. Before you get too excited, no, it's not the full-blown STI, but it brings enough rally-inspired upgrades to keep the faithful grinning. Now, the WRX still packs a powerful 271 horsepower turbocharged flat 4 under the hood. Now, it's not class leading, but standard all-wheel drive, a slick shifting 6-speed manual transmission, that should be more than enough for your morning commute. Now, this year, they introduced 4 trim levels: Premium, Limited, My, TS, and GT. That makes 4. Price starts around 37 grand, climbs up to about 47, depending on how deep you want to go into performance. But Dave, I've got to know, what's new for 2025? I'm so glad I asked that question. The all-new TS replaces the outgoing TR trim, and that's not just a badge swap. You get larger Brembo brakes, Recaro sport seats, which are amazing, an STI tuned suspension with adjustable dampers, and a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster. It's the closest we've seen to an STI since Subaru shelved the nameplate. For WRX loyalists, that alone is worth a test drive. Here's a performance rundown for you. Across all trims, you're working with a 2.4-liter turbo flat 4, 271 horsepower, as I mentioned before, 258 pound-feet of torque. Not jaw-dropping numbers when stacked against the Civic Type R, which is 315 horses, the Golf R, also 315, and the GR Corolla, about 300. But here's the thing. The WRX is lighter, it's leaner, and more connected to the road than most rivals. It'll go from 0 to 60 in around 5.5 seconds. That's not slow. And with Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive and torque vectoring, WRX grips in all weather, not just dry pavement. The new TS adds adaptive dampers and drive mode select with comfort, normal, and sport settings. This isn't just a stiffer WRX, it's one that adapts to the road and your mood. Fuel economy, let's just say, nah. Subaru's never made fuel economy a headline stat for the WRX, and 2025 is no different. Expect around 22 miles per gallon combined with the manual, which I have, or 21 with the automatic, but of course you want to go with the manual. That's well below competition, but if you're buying a WRX for gas mileage, I think you're at the wrong dealership. All right, join me inside the cockpit, would you? Subaru's interior game has improved dramatically. The center stack is dominated by an 11.6-inch Starlink infotainment system with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You also get physical knobs for climate and volume, a win for usability. The new TS and GT trims go a step further with these amazing Recaro seats with blue stitching with my trim level, or red with the GT. A new 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster on the TS gives the cabin a premium high-tech feel. Let's transition to trunk space now. It is tight, it is small, 12.5 cubic feet of cargo volume. Yeah, enough for groceries, but it trails behind the Civic, the Elantra, the Corolla. But if you're here for the driving experience, not the grocery haul, I don't think you'll mind. As you would expect, safety tech comes standard. Subaru's EyeSight suite is standard across all WRX trims, even the manuals. That's a huge step forward. If you take your eyes off the road for even a few seconds, the Subaru will let you know. There's also adaptive cruise control, automatic emergency braking, lane centering, and pre-collision throttle management. So, the 2025 Subaru WRX. It's not going to win every spec sheet battle, but it does deliver on something most rivals don't. All-wheel drive, real-world usability, and raw analog fun at a price that undercuts the Type R, the Golf R, and the Elantra N when fully loaded. And this new TS trim that I have here bridges the gap between daily driving and track toy. If you're chasing outright horsepower numbers, there are faster options out there. But if you're after a driver-focused, rally-inspired machine that nails the fundamentals, balanced chassis, superb grip, tactile controls, this 2025 WRX still delivers. And with that TS trim, bringing adaptive suspension and real STI tuning to the mix, it's the best WRX we've seen in years. Agree? Disagree? Let me know either way in the comment section below. Until next time, I'm Dave Erickson. Thank you so much for watching. Click subscribe. I'll see you next time. Adios. One final note, if you are in the market for a new vehicle soon, great. Connect with your local dealership and price and test drive at least 3 different vehicles. A vehicle's strengths and weaknesses can only be discovered when you are behind the wheel. My reviews can be good, but you need to test drive these yourself. Visit quotes.everymandriver.com, select the make, model, and your zip code, and you'll get invoice pricing in your area on those vehicles. Shop smarter with price quotes at quotes.everymandriver.com.
Thanks for watching. Please click subscribe and give us a thumbs up. See you next time.